Hello and welcome to today's Build Together session. My name is Nicola and I am from the marketing team here at Podia. I am so glad you're here today for today's webinar because today we are diving into some of Podia's hidden gems, the little features you might not know about, but they can make a big difference in how you run your business. And maybe you do know about some of these features, but we'll look at some cool ways you can apply them that maybe you haven't thought about before. So whether you've been using Podia for a while now or you're just getting started, this session is all about surfacing those, "Oh, wait, Podia can do that" moments, which are super fun. And I think we'll have a lot of fun exploring these options today. So quick housekeeping, this session is being recorded and I will share the replay with you after we wrap up today. I will also share links to help docs that go more in depth on the tips we cover in this session. So you can just watch for now and enjoy. If you already have a Podia account, you can do everything we talk about in today's session on either plan. You can do it on a mover plan, shaker plan, or trial. And if you don't have a Podia account yet, I will share a link where you can sign up in the replay email, or if you are watching the replay, it'll be in the video description below. We do offer a 30-day free trial, and if you decide to sign up for a paid plan, we have a migration service where we'll move all your products over from another platform to Podia for free. If you have any questions during this session, please feel free to drop them in the chat. There's a little chat box you should be able to see as we go. I'll do my best to answer questions as I see them come through, but if I do miss yours, we will have time for Q&A at the end of the session. This is just the standard Podia dashboard. The first thing we are going to do, we're going to head into the products section. So this is where you can add all the products in your business. And we're going to look at some embeds that you can use in your courses to expand the course builder functionality. So hidden thing number one is you can actually embed presentations, spreadsheets, Airtables, all kinds of things into your courses. And here is how that looks. We're going to go into this painting course. I'm going to click edit. And we're going to hop into this lesson here. It's just an empty lesson for now. So if you joined us for the course building session, not last week, but the week before, you saw how to add these like videos, images, audios using the embed feature here. And you can also just add text, hello. But you can also add embeds. So this is Canva. If you're not familiar with Canva, Canva is graphic design software. They do have a free plan. It is awesome. Highly recommend. This is a template for a slide presentation. I did not make this. This is just one of Canva's default templates, but you can use this and customize it. You can add your own information, add your own animations. And when you've got your presentation looking the way you like, so here I just went to design, and then these are all presentation, like slide presentation templates you can use. Click up here to share. And then we're going to choose anyone with the link can view. You don't want it to be can edit because then everyone in your course can change your presentation. So don't do that. But then click copy link. And we're going to go back into our lesson. I'm going to choose this embed option here. And I'm going to paste that link. And then our presentation is right there in line with the rest of our course. So I'm going to click save. And let's look at how this looks for our students. I'm going to choose the view product view. We put that in lesson 8. And now your students will see this presentation with the animations exactly how it was in Canva, and they can toggle through the slides. So this is really helpful if you already have, maybe you already have a presentation that you want to include in a course, you can pop it right in here. If you do like a live webinar and you want to include the slides along with a video replay, that all gives you that functionality here. You can also do this. I used Canva in this example. This also works with Google Slides, any other online slide presentation software. I'm also going to show you with this embed feature. You can click here into lesson 8 again. Give us a few lines of space. You can also embed from social media as well. I have got a recent Instagram post that we shared on Podia's account, and I'm going to use that same tool. I'm going to click embed, backspace that, and paste the Instagram account. We're clicking save, and then I'll refresh this lesson. And here it is. So this I can see being particularly useful if you talk about social media in your courses and want to give an example, because they'll be able to see all the stats and engagement right here. And then they can also click into your profile. So we have a question. What if my students do not have Canva? How will they be able to access the embedded template? So Eugene, that's a great question. This is what it will look like to your students. They don't actually have to enter Canva. If you wanted to give them a template that they could customize, like maybe if you teach a graphic design course, then that would be something different. But this just displays the finished product. So your students, even if they don't have a Canva account, they'll still be able to see this presentation. And same with slides, it'll basically be the finished product is what will sit in your course that they can view, but they won't be able to like go in and edit or anything. And then next question is, how different is Embed from simply placing the link? Does the link not present the same? I don't think so. Let's check. I think it would just give you the link. I'm going to pop a link for the Instagram right down here. So we'll click save. We'll refresh. Yeah, so if you wanted to just share a link to a post, you could do that here. But if you were trying to share something visual and you wanted them to see the actual content, then I think embedding gives a nice look. But yeah, you're right. This would also work. If I click this link, it would take me to this post in Instagram. So it's still a good way to share content if that's how you prefer to do it. Great. Let's go into number two. Okay, so we are going to now look at a new feature just rolled out. In case you missed the announcements or aren't sure how to apply this in your business yet, you can now charge subscription pricing for your courses. So we're going to go into this pricing tab right here. And I have it set as the default to $40, just a one-time price. But if I go in here, I can choose free, waitlist, or paid. I'm going to toggle off single payment. And instead, I'm going to choose subscription. And I can choose if I want a monthly payment, an annual payment, or just one. So if you want to have everyone have a annual payment, then you could just have that. You can also choose how many days you want to give someone for free, if any. You do not have to do a free trial, but it can be helpful, especially for higher ticket items, for people to get to see what's inside. For this one, I'm just going to save it as these two prices. And I want to show you how this looks to your students. So we're going to click View Sales Page. Now, previously, we just had $40 right here, but when we set up the subscription, we actually see these two different prices. And right now, I'm signed in as a student already, so it's going to take me to view the course. But if I was not signed in as a student, this would say buy now. And on the checkout page, there's a drop down where they can choose if they want the monthly or the annual billing. So that's all going to be set up for you in the checkout. That's brand new, super exciting. All right, number three, we have product and course descriptions. And we have one question in the chat. Is subscription pricing available for bundles? Ooh, that's a great question. I think so. Let me check. I have a bundle here. Yep, so you can do a subscription for a bundle as well. You can do either a single payment or a subscription, and all those options will be available at checkout. So yes, Chris, to answer your question, you can do a bundle subscription. Awesome. And you're doing a little foreshadowing for another thing we're going to talk about with bundles in just a few minutes. Okay, so we are going to go into this freelance foundations course. And I do see there's another question about bundles. We're going to get to that in just a minute. So I'm going to talk about discussions, and then we will get into bundles and included products in a minute. I'm going to hop into this course. This is a different course. And for this one, I'm going to go into the details tab and oops, no, I'm not going to do that yet. I got all turned around. I'm going to go into the discussions tab. And this allows me to add a discussions area to my course. And you can also do this with any product or with any like of the digital products you create. And discussions are going to show up here. So if I click view product, This course is not fully built out yet. I've just got one lesson. But if you look over here, you'll see this section. I can click in here and I, as the creator of the course, can leave discussion prompts for people, but also you can choose to let the members of your program, of your course, leave discussion comments as well and respond. So I have it set to where if I go into here, details, I was in the right place. If I go down here, the discussions are currently active. You can turn them off if you don't want discussions in your course. You can also set them to restricted, which is where your customers can view the things you post, but they can't respond or create their own. This is really helpful if you want to use your discussions area as a change log or as an announcements board. Maybe if you offer a weekly Zoom call and you want to change the link or remind people, you can have it set using this setting. But if you want it to be more of a collaborative space where people can ask questions and work together, the active is going to be your best bet. So let's look back at this discussion and I'll show you what happens here. I can leave an emoji reaction. That's another new feature, super fun. Or I can leave a comment. And you're going to see a lot of me talking to me in this account because I set up some fake customers, which are myself. So yeah, that's why it looks like it's all just me. But in your account, this will be customers. So if I go back over, and now you'll see in my inbox, I have this number 1. And this is because I will get notified in my account if someone leaves a comment on a discussion. And that way I can go in and respond right here. I can say, thank you. And I have the whole threaded conversation right here so I can give help with context. Okay, I do see some really great questions coming through. So the discussions are connected to the whole course. Looking back in here, this is for the whole course. And this is an individual lesson. Comments are on the lessons. You can enable those as well. Discussions are on the whole course. You can enable or disable comments and discussions, or you can have both. So while comments are going to be really good for people who want specific help with a specific area of your course, discussions are more general and can be a good just like area for the people in the course to connect. Yeah. So can you upload images to a discussion? Yes, yes, you can. You have all of the same tools you did in the normal course editor. You can embed, you can add a video, you can add an image, audio files, buttons. So if you want your students to respond with videos, audios, that kind of stuff, you can do that, or you as the creator can add it as well. Does Podia email you when when there are new comments added? Yes, you can choose to have that in your settings if you want to be notified when you get a new comment or not. Some people prefer to just check in, once a day and not have it go to their inbox, or you can choose to be notified every time. And then your students also can choose how much they want to be notified. And we're going to look at that in a minute too. You guys are reading my mind. Okay, can people see who have not bought Oh, can people who have not bought the course see the discussions? No, these are just for the people who are in your course. You can set up a free course and have discussions there if you like, or if you wanted to just have a discussion area that's open, I would recommend using the community. You can make a free plan for the community, and that is so discussions are only tied to the one course they're enabled for. The community can be for all of your audience as a whole, and you can make plans and subscription tiers for your community. So there's a difference there. See, have we got control over what is posted from students in a discussion? I'm concerned some students may post something inappropriate. Yeah, so you can go in and choose if you want to remove discussions if you are the creator of the course. I am signed in again as a student, which is why I have some limited options. But if I go back to this product, we were doing this on the freelance course. I can choose if I want to delete comments if they go against what I would want people in my community posting. So yeah, you do have some control over that. And you can also pin specific ones to the top of your board if you like. So discussions are for the course. Do you have different modules, weeks? How do you have a discussion specific to that week? Yeah, so what I would do for that, I would just do new discussion. And I would say something like week 1, share your thoughts, and add your prompt here. And then, no. And then people can go through in the discussion area and see the different weeks where they're supposed to have the discussions. Awesome. Okay, cool. I know discussions are one of my favorite new features. I also very much love discussions. Let's go into the included products and bundles. This is number 4. I'm going to go into a product. We're going to go, so we have this bundle here, which has 4 products in it. But there's another way you can bundle products that might make more sense depending on how your offers are structured. So this is a course called Freelance Foundations VIP program. I'm going to click edit. And again, we don't have a lot of content built out here because this is just for an example, but it would be right there. And for this course, I want to add some included products. And I want people who buy this course to also get the freelance starter kit, and they also get a one-on-one coaching session with me. All right, I'm going to save this and let's look at the sales page. Now we have the main course with all the information and 2 additional products. And if someone's on your website and they click into these, they will see the sales pages with all the details for these products. When they buy this program, they will get all 3. They will get the course and these 2 products. So this is a bit of a different layout, but you can also do this with a bundle. So if I go back to my website kind of homepage here, this is the bundle I set up with the 4 products in it. A bundle page is going to look different because you have a title for the bundle and a description of the bundle, a price, and then you can have a table of contents here with all the things included in the bundle. So this one has that course included as one of the items. So it's just a different way you can look or you can arrange your content for your audience. I think if all the things in your bundle are kind of similarly important, a bundle makes more sense. But if you have one thing that's like the main thing, a big course, and then you maybe have some ebooks or smaller products that you want to give people as an incentive, I would use the included products layout because that way it keeps the focus like on the main product as opposed to showing them all equally. Because it's very clearly like you're buying this program and then you get these add-ons as opposed to the bundle where you are buying the bundle. Let's look in the bundle product type really quick. I'll just show you what that looks like behind the scenes. If you click edit here, you can toggle on any of your existing products that you want to be included in the bundle. So I've got these 4 in there now, but if I didn't want that one in there, I could take it out. And then just like any product, you can go in, you can add a name, an image, description. You can add pricing, you can set upsells, you can set it as a subscription, which we experimented with earlier. So all those things still work. And you can also use all the availability features as well, like sign up limits. So that is how the bundles are going to work. And they're going to look a little different on the front end. But when someone checks out, they will see in their account. So this is what a student account looks like. You see your avatar, community, products, and settings. When they go to products, they will see all the products in their bundle listed here. So that's a way you can do that and give some great value. All right, number 5, the next thing we're going to look at is pre-selling products. Let's go back to our painting course. We're hopping around all different types of courses today. So pre-selling is a really cool strategy, I think, for a lot of businesses because it lets you test out your product idea before you actually build it. So with a pre-sale, you can sell your product and have it start at a later date so that you have time to finish building it. Now, I know that sounds a little scary and you're like, oh my gosh, it's not ready yet. But I mean, imagine how motivating that is, especially if, you struggle with procrastination, like a lot of us do, to have a deadline and people who are already signed up anxiously awaiting your course. That is a great motivator to actually get the fire going and get building. And it also tells you people are really excited about what you've made because they're willing to pay for it before you've even made it. So to set that up, you can go to availability. You'll make your course, go to availability. And down here in the limit section, you'll see this start date. Default is starts immediately. That means it's published, someone can buy it, they get everything. But if you go edit, you can do future date. And let's set this to start. We'll set it at the end of August is our first day. Now, I can publish this and make it live. People can buy it. They can pay the full price, but no one gets access until August 31st. So here's what this looks like from your student's perspective. They can go, they can buy everything, and it will say the start date right here. So there's a few reasons you might want to use this. First is the pre-selling thing we talked about already, but also if you want to have a cohort program where everyone starts at the same time, this can enforce that. So if you want everyone to move together like week by week and collaborate and spend time, like be at the same pace, basically, this will enforce the same start date for everyone because everyone will get access on this day. Another thing you can do, which if you're into automations and kind of like thinking about future you, future you or past me, thank you so much for looking out for me. We set this start date to August 31st. So another thing you can do is go to your email. I'm going to click a broadcast. We're going to set up a new broadcast. I'm just going to use a blank one for now. And I'm going to say, remember, your course starts tomorrow. Woohoo, so exciting. You can get people hyped up, you can share content, you can just, get the excitement flowing. And we're going to use filters to only send this to people who have a specific product, which is our art course. And we are going to schedule it using this send later to send it out a day before the course starts. So now this email is already scheduled because look, past me took care of it. So I can be getting ready for my launch. I can be posting online, I'm getting new customers, and anyone between now and this August date who fits those criteria, who has bought the course, will receive this email the day before the course becomes live as a little reminder. So that's just a cool way you can use those limits to enforce like some more structure in when the timing of your course is. Okay, number 6 is coupons. Coupons are great. We all love a good coupon. In the sales section of your dashboard, as all the way down here at the bottom, and I've got a coupon in here because this is maybe a little like behind the scenes builder hack. When I'm building products and I want to test them from a student's perspective, I don't actually want to pay, $300 and then have to refund myself that money. So I use this $100 off coupon that I make in my test account. And you can do this as well. So when you're building something and you just want to like test some things out, make a 100% off coupon and you can use it and test out all your products. So it also is great if you want to have like a trial testers or beta testers if you make a course and you want a friend or a family member to like go through the full flow and give you feedback. You can use 100% off coupon. You can also make other coupons that are not 100% off. So let's do that. I'm going to let's do sale 20. You can make it for all products, just your community plans, or specific products. I'm going to do all products. We'll do a site-wide sale. We'll do 20% off. And then down here, you have some limits. You can either limit the uses to, let's say, 20 people get to use it, and you can set an expiration date if you want. You can give it like a specific expiration date or just set a range. This can be really helpful. One cool thing I've seen a creator do with this, someone had it where there was like 20 coupons available, and they shared this coupon code on the sales page for their product, and it said, "Hey, sign up now. Use this code. There's 20 total. You might get one if you're fast enough. You might get one of these codes." So they were able to. People on the page were really excited and were putting in the code and were super excited to sign up. And then once they had all run out, they just took that banner off the page. But it was a fun way to kind of motivate those signups when people might be unsure. Now, if there's a coupon, it can be a little easier, a little more enticing. You can also set up coupons that expire like in a timeline as well. So that is, oh, and one other thing you can do, let's set this up. We'll do a limit 20 and we'll say never expires. So now you can just share this code. They can put in this code at checkout. So if I click buy now and I use 100 off and apply, it's going to give them 100% discount. So that's one way. They can type the code in, Or you can also use this link to the exact, and the coupon will automatically take effect on your site for them. So if I go up here and paste, see the coupon link is now in the URL for my site. And if I scroll down, look, this product was 100 and now it has a strike through and it's 80. That, yeah, excuse me, that's the 20% off coupon right there. So that's 880 free. And now those coupons are taking effect for the person if they use that specific link. So that's a way to, if someone wants a copy of your coupon and you don't want to deal with the codes, you can just share that specific link. All right, the next thing we're going to do is show how you can send a blog post that you've just published to your whole email list automatically in 2 seconds, and it's great. I'm going back into my Podia dashboard. Now we're going into the settings section. I'm going to scroll all the way down here. And in the blog settings section, you can click this blog post template. Oops. Excuse me. I'm going all over the screen here. I'm clicking this blog post template edit option. And this is a standard blank email template. And what this is going to do is when you choose to send your blog post as a email blast, it will fill in all your blog content right here. It's just a placeholder. This looks pretty plain, so we're going to decorate it. This is your template. We're going to make this look a little nicer so that it matches your brand. And let's click here to go center. We'll add a little bit of color here. These are the site colors I set in the website builder. They carry over into email. And I'm going to add a little bit of copy here to give some context in case someone's getting my blog post for the first time. But the thing that is important here is this is going to be the same template for every blog post you publish. So you don't want your template to be specific to the blog post. Like you don't want to give an intro to the post because it's going to change. So I'll just say something like, I hope you enjoy my latest post. Then we can pull in an example. There's my blog post. And I'm going to add a conclusion sentence here. And in this conclusion sentence, if it were me, I would add a link back to your products page or your website page so that someone who really enjoyed this blog post can go potentially buy another product from you. So this is your template. You can update this anytime. I'm going to click done. And now if we head into the blog, any post you publish is going to give you the option to email it using that template. So I have got a blog post here. It is drafted. When I click this publish button, it's going to say email your post. You can add a subject line. You can add a preview text, which is a sentence that's going to appear next to your subject in some email clients. It just depends on what your recipient is using, if it's Gmail or Outlook. And then it's going to send immediately to the people that are subscribed. And if I push this button, it's going. It's going to send using that template. So just be careful. Make sure it's exactly what you want it to say. And then you can also choose to do it later if you don't want to do it right then. But I think it's a really good for getting that momentum when you've published a blog post and you are in sharing mode, like go, go, go. You can go ahead and share it with your email list as well, and they can read it and leave comments, and you get your work out there even more. And is there a link you can use to send a blog on LinkedIn or elsewhere? Yes, absolutely. So let's go back over to the blog. I can click the little 3 dots next to any post and click share. I can create the blog post email. So if I didn't do it the first time, I can do it there. There's a few built-in sharing options, or you can just copy the link and share it on LinkedIn. You share it on social media, anywhere that you prefer. Awesome. Great questions, guys. Okay, we're on number 8. We're going to look at audience profiles, filters, some features with your audience data that can be really helpful in your business. So again, as you'll see, these are all different versions of me. We're going to pretend these are all real people. This is my audience list, and there are a few different things in this subscription column that you might notice. So I have it set to where When someone signs up for a product on my site, they have to opt in to my email list at that same time. Like they can click a checkbox to join. If they do not do that, they will be a customer, they'll be in my audience, but they will be not subscribed. So that is if they choose not to subscribe to my list at the same time they buy a product. That's fine, no problem. If they have signed up and they do want to receive my, marketing emails, my email list, then they will get a email from Podia to confirm their subscription. This is a safety measure to prevent people from spamming your sites with fake email addresses. We don't want that to happen. So that will be unconfirmed until they confirm it. And yeah, that's a great question. If they sign up for a free digital download, they will be unconfirmed until they get the confirmation email. And when they click to download the product, they will be confirmed. Because then they're subscribing, like they're basically, it's definitely the right person. It's just all to prevent like phishing and scamming. So these safeguards are in place, a pretty common practice for building your email list. So here you can break this out in those ways. You can just see your subscribers. You can just see your community members. And you can just see your customers who have either bought a free or paid product. So this will include free or paid, not just paying customers. Use all these filters, and these are tracked for you by Podia. This comes out of the box. I didn't set these up in this account. So I can say, has products is, let's see, specific product. I only want to see people who have the freelance starter kit. That's going to pull up only those people. And there's probably not going to be a lot of data in here, but this is just to demonstrate. You can also demonstrate who does not have a certain product. So someone who has the freelance starter kit, but does not have the freelance bundle. Okay, who fits those two criteria? You can also customize if you want to see any or all. So they have to fit both or either or. So this person, so everyone either has this product or doesn't have this product. So that's how that any and or works. Now, if you have a filter group that you like, and I think this is a question we just got in the chat, if there is a filter group that you want to keep track of, you can click Save New, filter group, and you can save that. And now it's going to be available here. And this is going to carry over to your email as well. So you can just email this filter group if you want, and you can click in and edit, rename it, and change it around. You can also make a group of people who are maybe going cold with your business, people who are disengaged, and run a special campaign to reach out just to them. Maybe you send them a coupon or just say, hey, what's going on? To do that, you can do last active, let's say, maybe they haven't been active for 6 months. And maybe they signed up more than 6 months ago also. So this would probably be if someone comes up and they have not been active and they signed up that long ago, they might be a cold subscriber, and then you can reach out just to them and anyone on this list. So you can set that up. This is also going to populate in real time. So if I save this as cold subscribers, anyone who meets those criteria will be added to this group as it applies to them. So if 2 months from now I want to send an email to this group, I can do that and it'll be up to date at the time I'm sending it. Okay, I'm going to hop into some other questions. How did you make your dashboard page look like a website homepage with links at the top? I want my, okay. So this right here is the Podia dashboard. This is my Podia website. And where I've got this blog, course, freebie, community bundle, those are all edited in the website builder. And then this is actually the student home or the student view, and that's going to mirror what you put in the website builder view. So the student view is going to have the same top heading. I will show you that very quickly. Just click into your website builder, homepage, click here, and then you can add the links that you would like. Marsha, to answer your question, that will then, whatever links you have here are going to appear in your student view as well for your students. Yep. Let's see, any other questions? Would you recommend charging $1 instead of free to avoid spam accounts? Not necessarily to avoid spam accounts, but that can be a good approach for making sure your audience is really active and a buying audience. There are going to be people who will sign up for every free thing in the world and never buy a product. And if you want to weed those people out, charging $1 is a great way to do it. So that's an option. But usually it's enough with, we have some spam protection things behind the scenes that work with your accounts, but we also, having that double opt-in is usually pretty solid for preventing accidental signups. It's just you don't want to have a sign up form where a random person could put in the email address of every person they've ever met, and then those people would be on your email list. You just don't want that to happen. And so the double opt-in prevents that, because they would have to get an email in their inbox, confirm their subscription, and then they would be on your list. Awesome. Okay. Oh, there's one other thing I want to show you too with your customers and your audience here. You might have noticed in, oh my goodness, we've got too many tabs, everybody. Woo. Okay. Well, you might have noticed I'm signed in as a student here. I'm going to click onto the community. And when I hover over the name of someone in the community, you get this little pop-up box. It has my name, it has my social accounts, a little avatar photo, and a description. This is something your customers can add in their accounts when they sign up for your community or your products. This is going to be the same no matter what they buy from you. And I want to show you this so you can encourage your students to do this, because I think it really improves the community experience. I'm going here to settings. Again, this is the student view. So I'm pretending I'm a student in this course. I've got all my information here. And then in options, I can update my photo. I can change my bio. I can add my socials. And here I can manage my notifications. Definitely let your students know about this, because some people, everyone's different. Some people never want to miss an update. Some people do not want to be notified all the time. So this will allow them to adjust their subscription if they do or don't want to get your emails. This will let them get notified if they are tagged or mentioned in your community or in any of their products. So for people who prefer to just not get notifications, they can control all that here, which means less admin for you, less customer service for you, because your customers have control over this themselves. They also can change their community plan if they're on a free plan. Yeah, so by default, this is the default settings here that I'm showing you now. So they'll need to go in and change that if they do not like those settings. This is the community plan changer. So if someone is on a plan and they want to go to a new plan, they can click here. It'll take them, I'll show you, it takes them to this page where they can pick other plans, and then they can sign up for what they want. They can update their payment method, and they can also download their previous invoices, which can be really helpful if you are offering something as a professional development. Perhaps your customers can be reimbursed, so they're able to see their invoices and see what's paid. Also just nice for record keeping that they have access to everything, less customer support work on your end. Okay, next up, we are going to look at a cool campaign thing you can do in email. Hopping back over to email. So your email campaigns are the automated part of your email marketing. These are the series of emails that fire automatically whenever someone takes an action with your business. So for example, if you have a free email or a free lead magnet, someone signs up for it and you want to send them a welcome sequence, this is where you would build that. So I've got this course sales funnel set up in draft. I'm going to set up a new campaign. Let's do VIP upsell campaign. So what you can actually do is stack campaigns on top of each other. So if someone goes through your welcome campaign, maybe you have 3 or 4 welcome emails over the course of 2 weeks. Once that campaign ends, you can automatically put them into the next campaign in your system. So condition exits another campaign. If they exit the course sales funnel, they will be added to this series. And I said VIP upsell because maybe you have more products that you want to let them know about. You can then go ahead and add your emails. You can add your delay if you want to have like a 10-day delay or something. Let's do finish later. But this can be really helpful because sometimes you want to go ahead and set up a bunch of automated sequences, but you don't want a brand new subscriber to be getting emailed about a really expensive, in-depth, big ticket offer just yet. Sometimes it's better to build up to that, where you start with a lower ticket offer, maybe a ebook or a smaller course, and then you build up to like your long-term, bigger programs. So what you could do is have a welcome sequence that when they finish that, they get added to the next one, which is maybe a smaller product. When they finish that, they get added to the next one, which is maybe your VIP membership, and so on and so forth. Another thing you can do in Podia email with these campaigns is you can do some tagging to kind of segment out your audience. So I'm going to click into this email. Oh, because it's scheduled. Let's go into a draft. La da da. We will go right here. Okay, so I'm interested in learning more about the course. Okay, if you you would be much more eloquent in your email, I'm sure, but we're just going to include this for now. If you share a link to a program in an email, let's say I want to learn more about this course, I'm going to add a link. I'm going to click a product. I'm going to choose the course, but then I'm going to click this little tag and I'm going to add a tag to anyone who clicks this link. It will say interest, oops, Interested in VIP program. Okay, now anyone who clicks on this link in my email is going to go to that page where they can learn more about the course. That's amazing. But they are also going to get a tag behind the scenes that I can use to send them a custom email campaign based on their interest. So now I can do a new email campaign. We'll say interested in VIP. If someone gets that tag, we can there we go. We can add them to this email sequence that will fire with information about the VIP program. So someone can join this, someone can click that link to learn more, and then a few days later, we send them more details. And it's like, oh, they read my mind. No, we just have tags. And this could be a really great way just to make sure you're following up with the people who are saying they're interested without saying they're interested because they're just looking around on your site. One thing you don't want to do though is email people who already have your product about your product. So you can add an exit condition right here, gains access to product, VIP. Whoops, nope, that's different VIP. This one, VIP. Okay, so now they will only get this sequence if they are interested in your VIP program and they do not have access to it already. Because as soon as they get access to the VIP program, they're going to be pulled out of this sequence. So that way you're not sending like coupons and stuff to people who are already or who already have bought your program. Is there a limit on the number of emails you can add to a sequence? Nope. You can add as many as you like. All right, we have just a few minutes. I'm going to show you one more. This is number 10. Really quick, and then we'll do questions. Okay, this is one of my favorite website sections to build. It's this like kind of 3D, really bright image on image section. So I'm going to show you how to build this super fast because I think this looks really good on a lot of websites. I'm going to click into the home page. I'm going to add a section right here. So this is the Podia website builder. I'm clicking the plus sign and we're going to use this image block. Here's your little templates to choose from. Now we're going to do, this is a freelance writing homepage. So let's do writer. Get a nice writer image. Very fun. Let's pull out this one. Now in my design tab, I'm going to set the image to square and round, bump it down a bit. Now I'm going to do this inset heading, and this is going to give me a white box behind my text so that I can add an image that's full color behind as the background image. So let's do writer, writing. This is the Unsplash integration, by the way. Everyone has this in their account. Unsplash images are free to use and royalty free, so you can just grab what you want and pop it in. I'm going to turn the opacity all the way up. I'm going to turn the grayscale down and turn the contrast up. And now you get this kind of cool 3D effect. If you really want a ultra vibrant section of your website, but you don't want to compromise on readability. So this white section back here makes this section so much easier to read. And let me show you what happens if you don't have it. It's going to look a little crazy. Whoa. Yeah, so you don't want that. And then the card, I feel like it doesn't have the same 3D effect. So this is just one of my favorite website sections. So feel free to use this on your site as you see fit. Okay, I see another question. Is there a Podia group we can join? We can share and support each other on our Podia journey. Absolutely. We have a free community. When you sign up for Podia, there is, I can show you right here. There is a link to the community right here in your navigation right here. It's going to take you into our community. Tons of super friendly people in there. You can ask questions, you can get feedback on your website, share what you're building, all that good stuff. Are there any other questions? We have about 5 minutes left in this session. I'm happy to work through any questions you guys have. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I will get this processed and shared with you all very soon. Thank you so much. I had a ton of fun, and we have another session this Thursday for email newsletters and email list if you'd like to join for that. So I can't wait to see you all out there. Thank you.